Hi, I'm Mary Lou Brodeur, and my husband is Mike Brody, and we sit over in the corner over there, and it's really kind of funny how you generate to your own seat each week. A lot of you know me, and a lot of you don't know me, but a year and a half ago, I had a little nick on my heel. And I am a diabetic, and I really didn't think too much about it. I went home and, Band-Aided it and put a triple antibiotic on it. But over a month or two, it didn't seem to be getting any better. I made a trip to my primary care, and they immediately sent me to a foot doctor. And this started a really interesting trip. And I want to share my story with you because the Lord, He walked with me all the way. As I said, the nick did not seem to get much better, and therefore it led to a series of events. And the reason I want to share my story is because life doesn't go smoothly. I mean, in this life we will have troubles. So the most wonderful part of this was that when I look back at so many wonderful people that I made along this little trip, it just really blew me away because so many wonderful people supported me and encouraged me, and now I'd like to encourage everybody else. Now, over this period of time, there's no point in going, I had 40 hyperbaric treatments on my heel. It was my heel, the nick, it grew and it wasn't healing, and the foot doctor tried to deal with it in his office, but it didn't work very well, and then he ordered me into the hospital to get a deep debriding, which is a cleaning out of the wound, at which I had to go to sleep. And so 8 days later, I get out of the hospital and I'm ordered completely, no body weight on my right leg. So I then got around with a wheelchair and a knee walker. And I had help at home. I had physical therapy, occupational therapy to help me get around with one leg. And I got pretty good at that. But now, Mike, my husband, he was a gift from God. There is no way that I would have come this far with so much joy and peace without him. And I know that Mike actually said when we were going through all this, that we were going through it together and not to worry about it. But, this got to be very expensive, and I was concerned about that. He did not marry a rich widow. He married someone with regular means, and I kind of felt bad. But again, he always told me, we're going to do this, and we're going to get through it. So he took over and did everything. I mean, everything. He did the shopping, the wash, everything. I was treated like a princess, but I kept busy. I did little crafty things and did a lot of watching of TV, and I still could cook. I could cook because we have a very small kitchen, and I had an office chair that I rolled around on. So I was able to make lunch and dinner. And, anyway, now we're getting to the point where everybody gets these situations where you don't know. There was some uncertainty. I didn't know what was going to happen. And we did all kinds of treatments for months, okay? Now, because I'm a diabetic, they went in 5 times to try to open up the arteries to feed the foot so that my heel would heal. That's kind of a play on words. The thing is, you see, it was doing great. And the people at the wound center were so wonderful, and I got to know them on a personal level because I was there so often. But you know what? The heel was coming along, but then my big toe got in trouble. And one last angioplasty. And the doctor finally came in and said to me, we have to make a decision. Now, again, I just want to mention to you that I had plenty of time to think about amputation. And, you know, my church family, my good friends, I would share with them. They encouraged me. And now it had been a solid year, all right, that I had been dealing with this wound. Frankly, if I was able to heal the wound on my heel, I would have had to have skin grafts. And I'm looking at probably another 8 months or maybe of healing, even if the heel was okay. So during this time, again, I'm going to go back to Mike because we laughed and we teased and we just had joy through all of this. The whole point of this story is that my Savior lifted me up above the obstacle so I could look to the future. I don't remember, you know, knowing or thinking bad things were going to happen. It was like, what's tomorrow going to bring? I mean, when you've got so many people praying for you and coming to visit you, and when I finally had to make the decision to amputate the leg, it was not such a big deal because I had had time to process. And it was like, at least now I saw a light at the end of the tunnel, and I could have a new leg, and I could start to rehabilitate myself. And so that was really kind of exciting instead of a downer. And so therefore, Mike is so across the board, no highs, no lows. And if something happens and you make a mistake, he always used to say to me, make it a learning experience. And believe me, it's so wonderful to live with a person who does not live in drama. So through this whole experience, I was trusting God, reading my Bible every day, praying, and trusting him completely. And so therefore, I could see that he was taking me, you know, with the mustard, you can see that, with the mustard seed, you can move that mountain. Well, he was moving the mountains for me with that mustard seed, because why was I happy? Why was I joyful? Why was I laughing all the time? And each new decision, it wasn't a downer, it was an upper. How is this going to work? Now, I had 1 day of fear, and that was just before the amputation. And I was thinking, wow, you know, I'm going in the hospital and they're going to cut my leg off. And my daughter called and she said to me, I said, I'm not having a good day today. And she said, I'm really concerned what's going to happen after. And she said, Ma, and she always called me Ma, don't worry about anything after. Just go in, get your leg cut, get your surgery, and then worry about that after, which means live in the moment. Then David Jeremiah came on the TV, and he talked about overcoming, and do you know what? By the time the day was over, I was laughing and joyful and looking forward to my future, because the Lord is awesome. And if you trust him and you listen and you pay attention, I'm going to tell you, because the key to all this is being in the Word, praying, fellowshipping, loving one another. And when you're focusing on those things, there is no mountain you can't climb. So therefore, now I go in, I have the amputation. I want you to know that I did ask my surgeon to make me a beautiful stump, and he did. And not only that, I was in rehab, and again, I'd never done any of these things before. Everything was uncertain, but instead of looking to it with trepidation. I looked forward to it like, what's it going to be like? And I will tell you, all of this is a gift from God. Yes, I think I was born with a happy spirit, but I'm telling you now, if I didn't know the Lord the way I know him now, that I walk with him minute by minute every day of my life, I would not be as calm or as joyous as I am. And when people say, oh, you know, you're so wonderful, no. I have to straighten them right out right away. It's all God. It's all God. He has given me the opportunity to be a victor in my life. And I want to be able to encourage every single one of you out here that I'm not special. I just put my life in God's hands. And every day is a new experience, and it's wonderful. And I love the Word, and the more I study the Word, the deeper I grow close to him, and he walks with me every minute of my life. So now I have the amputation. I'm in rehab, and I did have some discomfort, you know, and I had pain medication I could take. And I did. I was careful to make sure I took it on time, and I would stretch it out if I could, which was good. But after I got out of the rehab and went home, I adjusted well, and then soon they took the staples out, and once they took the staples out of my wound, I had no more pain. No more pain medication except for Aleve, maybe, once in a while. And I still don't take Aleve, very rare, but I do take it. But you see, phantom pain and ghost pain, as they call it, is very destructive for many, many amputees. And I didn't have any. I still don't have any. Occasionally, my foot tingles, which kind of cracks me up. But other than that, I've skipped all that. Now, I have a theory. And my theory is because my Lord gave me this wonderful blessing of lifting me above the obstacle so I could look and see the future with a happy voice and a happy attitude. I'm going to tell you, I believe wholeheartedly that if your body is not stressed or tense or worried, and you can relieve all that worry with your faith, and it's not easy, I'm going to be honest with you, because I feel like I had a cut on my finger. I don't feel like I lost a leg. But there are people who are in pain every single day of their life. There are people struggling with situations that are very heavy, a heavy burden. But I'm telling you now that I can't answer the question about those people, but when you have an obstacle that you can overcome and look beyond it and trust in the Lord, he will definitely support you, because I'm living proof that I went through this whole thing for about, well, it's going to be almost 2 years in August that I started with this little trip. And I'm telling you now, I'm so excited about the word of the Lord that I can't share it with enough people. And someone down the road told me that they said to me, "You're my cheerleader." Well, I'd like to be everybody's cheerleader, and I have a small text ministry. And what I do is I have these wonderful books, and I would like to take a minute just to read one of the beautiful things that I text out, all right? And it's called Seeing Beyond the Obstacles. Believe it or not, this was a gift that was handed out to the people here at this church on Mother's Day, I guess a while back, and another wonderful member of the church came to visit me often, and she gave me this book. And I'm so excited about it that I wanted to buy him for everybody that I knew. So my daughter-in-law said to me, "Mom, take a picture and text it to me." So I've been doing that. And right now I've got about 23 people that I text this to. I take a picture every day and I pray and ask the Lord to let it come out clear. And I send it out. But this is the one that I felt this week it related to me so strongly. Now this is it's James 1:6, and it's when you ask, you must believe and not doubt, because the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea blown and tossed by the wind. Now that's the scripture, and this is what the little explanation. Seeing beyond the obstacles. May God open your eyes to see beyond the obstacles and through the storm so you can envision his next place of promise for you. May your doubts, worries, and tears or fears take a back seat to faith, hope, and love. In fact, may others look up from their own storm because of how you trust God in yours. You are mighty in battle because God is mighty in you. Don't give up hope. Don't coddle your fears. Cling to the promises of God and walk forward in faith and have a brave and courageous day. Now that's what I text out. Now I was given a gift again from someone from Jesus Calling. It's by Sarah Young. And I go by the day. So this is March 26th. That was yesterday's. But when I texted these out, I told people it was like talking to me. This is like Jesus talking directly to you. Waiting on me means directing your attention to me in hopeful anticipation of what I will do. It entails trusting me with every fiber of your being instead of trying to figure things out yourself. Walking on me is the way I designed you to live all day, every day. I created you to stay conscious of me as you go about your daily duties. I have promised many blessings to those who wait on me. Renewed strength, living above one's circumstances, resurgence of hope, awareness of my continued presence. Waiting on me enables you to glorify me by living in deep dependency on me, ready to do my will. It also helps you to enjoy me in my presence is fullness of joy. Now, they have different scriptures, and they are so appropriate. Lamentations 3:24 and 26. I say to myself, the Lord is my portion, therefore I will wait for him. The Lord is good to those who hope is in him. To the one who seeks him, it is good to wait quietly for the salvation of the Lord. And now we have Isaiah 49:31. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles, and they will run and not grow weary, and they will walk and not be faint. And one more, which is Psalm 16:11. You will show me the path of life. In your presence is fullness of joy, as your right hand, oh my goodness, are pleasures forever, forevermore. I love that right hand because I know he has me in his right hand, his powerful, righteous right hand. Now, I'm going to continue just for a few more minutes because the thing is, it's been since July 31st I had the amputation. And I think I started something and I didn't finish it. I believe that when we don't have fear, when we don't have worry, that our bodies are completely relaxed, and I believe that they will heal. They will heal at their maximum that they could possibly heal, because that's how God intended our bodies, to heal themselves. So therefore, I feel, because of my faith, because of the fact that I went through this whole episode with joy and laughter and wonderful, my church family, my husband, everyone who supported me. That's why fellowship is so very important. But because of all that, What other choice did I have but to be victorious over this? And, like I said, it's all him. It's all him. Without him, I would have been worried, scared, uncertain, but we should look forward to each new day with expectancy, knowing we don't know what he's going to do for us. As it says here, I want to wait on the Lord because it's exciting. Each new day is exciting, and something new happens each day. So I believe that the reason I came through this with very few side effects is because I was able to relax and laugh and share with my Lord and grow closer and closer as I studied the Word. So basically, it's been since July 31st, and now I'm driving, I'm shopping, I'm doing all the normal things. I'm back in business, and I'm going to tell you my life couldn't be better. And little by little, I'm getting better walking. Well, you know, it takes a little time to adjust. I have a friend in my group that I go for an amputation group, and he told me when I encouraged him, he encouraged me and said, you know, we don't have a handicap. We have an inconvenience. And you know, that's true. It's just an inconvenience. And it takes a little getting used to, and I'm just learning how to get my balance back. I need prayer because I don't like to exercise, but I need to do it to get back, so I'm 100%. I just want to encourage everyone that if you need encouragement, let me be your cheerleader. Text me, call me. I would be so happy to share with you and help you to get through a bad day, because everybody has bad days. And you know, I have no answers for the people who have to suffer continuously every day. I just have to trust the Lord that he knows. Listen, I look back and see what he's done for me. And why wouldn't I trust him in everything? Because the blessings have been so incredible that he's poured down on me. And I thank you so much for letting me share my story with you. And I do pray every day for everyone in this church. And I just want to wish you all a fearless and tremendously joyous walk with the Lord every single day. And amen.